Step one is to do your homework, learn about your person that you're working with. And then the second part of that is learn about the property that you're working with. And then step two is identify the kings, the queens, and the pawns of your deal for each side, whether it's the buyer or the seller. You want to make sure that you know all three of those. And then the third step is to communicate with the other agent so that you can gain other insight that you might not have known, whether it's from the buyer side or the seller side. And then the fourth one is to sacrifice little bit by little bit your pawns. Okay. So you're taking those out in order to get what it is you want. Because when a seller sees that you're sacrificing stuff, then they'll say, well, okay, then I'll do this. So then eventually, hopefully you'll end up with a few pawns, but definitely your kings and your queens. Don't always sacrifice your kings and your queens initially. And you might have to do this several times through a deal. And so you have to be patient. And the reason why I say that is sometimes when you get to the inspection portion of the deal, you might have to come back and negotiate, whether it's items on your inspection report. So find out what's important. That roof on there, yes, that's more important than the fact that it's got a sound in the refrigerator or that the doorbell doesn't work. So find out what's important as far as your inspection item, so that when you go to negotiate those things, throw it in there and negotiate all your pawns out if you have to, but keep the things that are important. And then the fourth is to close, is to get to the closing table. And then it ends up being a good kind of working relationship of collaboration between the two agents. The buyer and the seller are happy to see each other at the table, and they're not fighting still at that end. And everybody ends up in a win-win situation. And you have the opportunity to stay professional